Hello, my name is Emre. Welcome to VBS Schönborngasse, Mr. Dönmez. We thank you very much for taking time for this interview. We've prepared some questions for you.
Thank you for the invitation. My name is Thomas and I would like to know which country are you originating from and how old were you when you immigrated to Austria?
I was born in Turkey and I came in the age of 3 months with my mother to Austria. My father came in 1974 to Austria as a foreign worker, and I grew up here in Upper Austria in the called Salzkammer.
Thank you.
Okay. My name is Nevena. I'm especially interested in your education.
After the primary school, I decided to make an apprenticeship as a gas, water and central heating technician. And when I finished my apprenticeship, I worked as a technician approximately 1 year. After that, I decided to make the certificate to make a higher education called Studienberechtigungsprüfung. I worked, and in the daytime I worked, and in the evenings and also on the weekends I went to study at the university. It was a very hard time because no money or less money and no time for friends or family, but I finished that, and after that I went to the civil service when I finished my certificate to higher education. In this time I get the Austrian citizenship and I have to decide to go to the civil service or to the military, and I decided to go to the civil service. And in this time I get the first time in touch with social work. I worked in a refugee camp for unaccompanied asylum seekers in the age between 14 and 18 years. In this time, it was 1999, I decided also to start study social work at the Academy for Social Work. During the day I worked as a social worker and also as a librarian at the university, and I also worked as a caretaker. In 2001 I started as a social worker in the refugee camp, and I worked till April 2011 in different positions. The last 4 years I was the manager of the youth unaccompanied asylum seekers in Upper Austria for the NGO where I was employed. And in 2008 I started my second study, conflict management and mediation, and 4 months later I will be elected as a parliamentarian for the federal government. When I finished my study, I decided to found with my study colleagues a company, the company called the Konfliktberater.com. We offer mediation settings and conflict management in different fields. For example, in business administration, family issues, neighborhood, civil issues, and also in divorce cases. In 2006 I also started as a lecturer at the University for Applied Science. I'm teaching students in social work and also in social pedagogic. You're welcome.
My name is Zelda. On the website of the Green Party we found your motto, dönen dönsün ben dönmezin yolundan, benim yolum kardeşliğin barışın yolu. What does motto mean for you?
This sentence has a very big and deep meaning for me. This sentence is from a Sufi, it's called Pir Sultan Abdal. He lived in the 15th century. He was a poet, he was a writer, and a person who pronounced liberty and freedom in a time where the Sunni majority repressed all activity against freedom and defend the Sultan's empire. My family name is also Dönmez, as you know, and for me has this sentence also in this time a very deep meaning, because you see hundreds of years left, but the mankind has still the same troubles with leaders who repress the freedom, who don't accept other sentiments, who rule over their power, minorities, and exhaust the environment. I dishonor this kind of politic. My way is a different way. I engage for liberty and for solutions who doesn't repress others or exhaust the environment.
My name is Adnan, and can you tell us how this motto influenced your career?
If you carry this sentence in your mind and you try to confirm your work at this line, it means that you can't repress others or exhaust the environment. And this is one of the necessary things for the present and also for the future.
My name is Melanie. During the school year 2011 and 2012, you are also working as a migration ambassador. Can you tell us a little bit more about this voluntary work?
I visit Schul classes like that and also other platforms where the people are interested in the fields of migration, integration, asylum issues, also in politics or in conflict solutions. And we discussed very honestly about all these issues, what they're interested in. And my role is to discuss with young people, and I will carry their views and your views also in my daily political works.
My name is Stefan. Can you explain what your role is as a delegate to the Federal Council for the Greens?
In my function, I have to represent Upper Austria in the Parliament. I have always a very different working day. No day seems to another day. For example, I took phone calls, I go to meetings, I sit together with different people, for example with president and also with analphabets. I take part in discussion panels, I must arrange my time schedule, I visit sometimes other countries, I have appointments with different organizations, I have meetings with party members, and I also have an office in Upper Austria. It's called Dialogbüro, where the Upper Austrians can come to my office, we sit together and we will try to find a solution for their problem. So I try to be a bridge between Upper Austria and the parliament here in Vienna, and I try to make a balance between, for example, diplomats and presidents and politicians and with the average citizen in Upper Austria, for example.
My name is Seris. As you have worked with young unaccompanied asylum seekers, I would like to know how a social worker sympathizes with these people.
If you work professional, you have to feel with them, but also you have to know where is your own limit. If you don't engage, you will not reach the young people. And if you engage too much, the risk is very high to get a burnout. And so it is always a balancing act with engagement and with find your own limit.
My name is John. Can you tell us which tasks a social worker has who takes care of young unaccompanied refugees?
Our job is to organize all the needs of the young asylum seekers. For example, if they have the possibility to go to school, it's our job to find for them a place where they can go to school. If they have the permission to get access to the job market, it's our job to find for them a working place. For example, also to organize free time activities in the fields what they're interested in, for example, sports, arts, music, and things like that. It's also our job, for example, in the case of illness, that we arrange a doctor or we go with them to the hospital, and we also have to give them attendance by contact with government or other authorities, and it's also one of our job to introduce them in the house rules and in the rules to live together in the place where they stay.
My name is Sashka. I would like to know whether you can tell us how we can help traumatized refugees.
Traumatized refugees need first of all security, and then they need confidence. And if you can give them this substantive needs, then you can start to work with them in other fields, for example, to arrange German courses or to find a working place. But these two needs are very substantive. That means security and confidence are the baseline, and then you can handle in other fields, and you can work in other fields with the young refugees.
My name My name is Ray. Statistics say that teenagers with migration background have less chances on the job market than teenagers without migration background. What do you think about the statement?
It is a fact that we have in our society big discrimination, and nobody will talk about it, and especially the politicians. If we can't solve this problem, and if we don't talk honestly about the problems what we have in this society, the radicals in the politic and also in the religious groups will be the winner of this development. So it is one of the biggest goals, in my opinion, for the politicians, that we must create a discussion which will be talk honestly about the problems that we have in the society, and we must give a line where the politicians step forward, that we say, okay, what we want to have in our society and what we don't have. But we don't have honestly discussions, and this era, what we see now, especially in Austria, are the results of a politic who don't take care in the past to these issues. So, in the last few months, one year, we took a lot of steps forward with creating a Secretary for Integration, Mr. Sebastian Kurz. He do good steps in this direction, but these are the first steps. We must do more in this way.
My name is Roxana. Can you give us some information about how a migrant can best integrate into the society of his or her new country without losing his or her identity?
In my opinion, these people who grown up in two societies, between two religions, between different nationalities, they can be a bridge between the cultures, they can be a bridge between the religions, they can be a bridge between the nations. And there is no loss of identity, because if we are able to create our daily life or education system or economic in this way, I'm sure that it will be a win-win situation for both sides. It must not be a contradiction to be a Muslim and an Austrian. It must not be a contradiction to have roots from another country and to live in Austria. if the responsible politician recognizes that these differences in different backgrounds is a reservoir of talents, possibilities, and value for our society, then I'm sure that the change to another view will be very easy.
My name is Thomas. Do you think that the local population has advantages and or disadvantages from living next to migrants? Which advantages or disadvantages can you mention?
The advantages for immigration society are very different. Also the disadvantages, in my opinion, the advantages are more when it's clear what kind of immigration that we want to have. The past years we had no transparency, no awareness what kind of immigration that we want to have. It happened like a lottery. Immigration changed the society in the way of eating, in the way of clothing, in the way of listening music, for example, and also in living together. These changes are for some people connected with fear, and this can result in discrimination, in racism, and also in exclusion. Thank you.
My name is Harris. Finally, we would like to hear which plans you have for your own future.
I have a lot of opportunities. This year will be a year of decision making. I will see what the future will bring. I have the opportunity to become the deputy manager of the Upper Austrian Greens. Also, I have the possibility to change to the National Council. You know, in 2013, next year, are the elections in Austria. Or I will stay in my position what I have now. Thank you.
Thank you for taking time for this interview and sizi burada görmekle çok mutlu olduk.
Thank you. Teşekkür ederim.